This is 25 to Life with Uncle Yashua.
Rolling down 109 in a truck. Pull my ride up to the light, that's what's up. Look to my right and it's a ride rolling up. It's what you telling me tonight, we in the club. He got the 24 road Escalade. He got the Lamborghini doors like they blades. His hammers ring cause that's how he was raised. His colors mobbing tonight, we get
Listen, I'm from the ghetto, the slums, the rats, the roaches, the bums, the metal that stuns, the addicts, the cracks, the crumbs. The level where funds is tragic and lavish is none. With rebels, they runs and rabbits like savages' sons. With did him and bigger and swiftly he shined the mug. That city appeared it with 50 took 9 of them slugs. This is 25 to Life with Uncle Yashua.
So here we go. This story here is a story of I'm at not the top, but I'm getting close to my apex in the game. Now, I did my time. I served my sentences. So this is a past tense story of the life that I was living, and I got arrested for this stuff and I served my time. So I am not doing any crime anymore. This is nothing to be used against me because I served my time for it to society. I paid my debt. I'm just telling the story of the life that I lived so that I can help others don't go down that path. I'm not glorifying any of it. It's just factual stories of the life that I lived and the things that I survived. All right. Now, this story, I'm almost at the apex. I bought this house in Uniondale, Long Island. That's where Busta Rhymes and Leaders in the New School and them is from. They're from Uniondale. That's in between Hempstead and Roosevelt. My story on St. Laz, when I told the story, Robbed in Roosevelt, for those who like that story, when we left the party in Manhattan and went to Roosevelt, right? So Uniondale is where Busta Rhymes is from, right? So I bought, and Uniondale is like a middle-class neighborhood, right? And certain parts got upper middle class, but they got some goons. You got some Uniondale in the building. They got some dudes who are put it on you. Facts. Uniondale is not soft. All right. So shout out to Big Born and Sin and them. Uniondale's finest. Big Hans. I got some stories coming. All right, All right. So I bought a house in Uniondale on the street called Parkway. And it's a beautiful double line street with the median going down it. It was like my first time living in like suburbia because I'm from the projects, never lived in a house a day in my life. So I bought my first house that I'm going to live in. And it was beautiful, of a $500,000 house on Belmont Parkway. I'm in the suburbs now. Now it's close to the hood and everything, but it's so beautiful. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Most people drive down that, right? Now, so I got my, I'm with my baby moms. All right. Now, this is the baby moms, guys, in the story when I almost shot my little girl and shot her and the bullet went into the wall when her crazy mom and aunt came to try to get her out the projects. This is that baby moms. Now, I want to say this story, guys, because this story is relevant because you guys have to be very careful of who you date. Be very careful of your girlfriend, your wives, or your husbands. Just listen to Unc. I'm an elder and I'm telling you, be very careful because demons can take over people, right? And these people can get obsessed and a demon can take over. And that's why you hear these stories on these crime channels where these people be stabbing and killing their mates, right? In their sleep and stuff like that. That be demons that take over people. And if you have a strong calling on your life, like I didn't know I was going to be Uncle Yashua like 20 something years later and be teaching the Most High's children across the world. I have this big, strong ministry. Go to Uncle Yashua Mashiach Assembly Ministry and y'all can watch our ministry teaching people all over the world. Okay. So I didn't know that. So now looking back, I had a strong calling on my life. So there was demons always trying to kill me, to stop me from having years later, even this Uncle Yashua 25 of Life to tell these stories to help the Most High's children, to help you guys. So I'm telling y'all, be very careful. Always watch your wife, your husband, your mate. Watch them because they have this thing called love. And they say it's a thin line between love and hate. And that's when you get these crimes of passion, where these people be obsessed with you and they end up killing you. So at this time, I wasn't really knowing that every time I'm with a woman, some demons would possess them. Now I can see, playing back later, I can see it. But at that time, I didn't see it. It was just my reality. I'm just used to them I used to think it was just because they was whipped out. Yeah, I know what I mean. I just thought they was just whipped out, right? And my energy, my aura and all that, and the whip game and all that, sorry, but just is what it is. So, but that's the advice. So now this is 2000, I think this is like 2001. We in this $500,000 house we live in, right? We got 2 kids, right? So now the X5 dropped. So my girl, I think at this time, I don't remember what I was pushing. I don't remember at this one. I don't know. Maybe I had the green Beamer or I had the Navigator. I don't know. I might have had the white Navigator or something. I don't know. So, and I always had 2 and 3, right? So I think we had 2 cars. I think I had the white Navigator and the white little Dodge joint with the 20s on it or whatever, right? So I just remember though, we was driving, right? And she seen a X5 pulled up at the light. And she was like, ooh, that is pretty. She's like, what is that? And I said, that's the new Beamer. It's called an X5 truck. It's the X5. She's like, I like that. And I was the type of guy, guys, I'm not no trick or nothing, because whenever I'm with somebody, they wifey, you know what I mean? And they got a job, they working, you know what I mean? I used to always make sure my girl had a job. I don't be tricking. I was never into that trick stuff. So she always gonna have a job, because I had to put everything in, because everything had to go in their name. That's a whole nother thing. Like, I never had a name, license, none of that. So, so everything had, I had to have the legitimate. So my girl always had to have a job and everything, build her credit, build everything. So the house, the car, stuff is in her name. I'm building her up, right? So, just in case something happened to me, she could, hold down the foundation with the kids and stuff, right? So, and plus I had a good heart. So I was the type that if I see that my girl or something really likes something, I'm the type, I'll get it and surprise her maybe for her birthday or something. I'm type, and guys, everybody pay attention to this when you get a good girl or a good guy. If you got these little crappy, don't ignore what I'm saying. If you got a good woman or a good dude, pay attention to this wisdom. You always pay attention to the things that they desire and like, the little things, and store it away. You understand? She say she liked this bag, or she liked this coat, or she liked this thing, or she liked that. Store it away. And then when a holiday come around, a holy day. Now, we don't do holidays no more because I'm awakened, but there's other people do holidays, helly days, right? Or whatever. But if a holy day come around, or her birthday, her earth birth or whatever come around, or you just want to give her a gift just because, right? We don't got to wait for a special day. Give her a gift just because, right? And then you can give her the gift and she'll be so surprised, or he'll be so surprised that you paid attention and seeing what they like. So I was that type of dude, right? So now, I seen my girl, the thing pull up, and I'm like, yeah, that's the X5, that joint hot. So she like, yeah, I really like that. So I was like, you like that? She said, yeah. I said, you want that? She's like, she looked at me like, she said, oh my goodness, I don't know what I would do if I had that. So I was like, all right, I remembered, right? So bang, we go on. So I'm like, note to self. So then later I researched the BMW, the X5, to see how much it was. And because it was so brand new, I think it was like 50,000, right? 40, 50,000, somewhere around there, right? So I was like, now the thing about me, guys, I was always wise, right? A wise man knows you don't buy a brand new car when it comes out. If it's 2023, you don't buy a 2023 because you're going to lose $10,000 to $20,000 as soon as you drive it off the lot. It's going to depreciate. Only a fool does that. That'd be these fools with their money that go out and buy a 2023. Us wise dudes from the streets, we know better. You usually supposed to wait 2 years, 2 depreciation drops. And now you won't take this big hit. 1 year, you're still going to get another hit. You buy it straight out the showroom, off the lot, you boo-boo the fool. You losing 10 G's a minute. As soon as you pull out that parking lot, the people in the dealership looking at you like you boo-boo the fool too. That's a little insight. They're looking at this stupid face. You just lost 10 G's. Facts. All right. Now, so I never do that. So when I researched it, I was like, it's too new, right? So I'm like, I can't get it at X5 because I'm not about to pay $50,000. And then once I drive it off the lot, it's worth $35,000. You see, $37,000. That ain't happening. Unc ain't stupid. Well, I wasn't Unc, but I was Rashawn. The guy Rashawn wasn't stupid. All right. So I was like, I wasn't stupid, right? So what I did was I came back and we was in the car, right? So we in the car, we out, whatever. And I seen a Mercedes, a ML Mercedes-Benz pull up, the Mercedes truck. Now this is when the ML was relatively new, not new, but it was still, the ML was relatively new, the Mercedes truck, right? And the X5 came out to battle the ML Mercedes. So we sitting at the light and the ML pulled up. And I said, you see that? She said, oh, I love, that's the Mercedes truck. I said, oh, you like that? She said, oh, I love that. I said, you like it as much as the X5? She said, well, the X5 is a little newer, it's nice, but I don't care. That Mercedes truck is nice. So I said, well, I could get you that. She said, huh? I said, I can't get you the X5 because it's too new. And I'm not going to buy it to take a price hit. I'm not going to buy it to get hit off the lot. When I come pull off the lot, I'm going to lose 10 to 15,000. I said, but the ML, I can get you one about 2-3 years old. And I took the price hit and it's still, brand new truck. She's like, I don't care about no BMWs. If you give me that Mercedes, you serious? I was like, yeah, I got you. Right? That's just how I was. That's how Unc was, right? So now this is relevant to the story. So we, whatever, I remember, you know what I mean? So bang. So now in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get it an ML, right? So we going on. So then, I'm hustling. So at this point, guys, I'm hustling. This is the time of the stories that the other stories when I had my block, right? But this is 2000. So this is later. So this is this is after we moved from Queens and I bought my house. So no. This ain't when I had my block. This is after that. Because at this point, I'm not hustling on the street. I'm hustling, but we got this is when me and my boy Z, the one who was in the story with the Jamaican posse, the shower posse, that story, the Jamaican shower posse story. This is that time, right? So I got school teachers and lawyers and all that for customers, plus my regular. So I'm really just hustling through my phone, right? I'm hustling through the phone. So I got this clientele that I got enough of them that I'm good. I don't have to, and plus I'm getting out of it. So I'm getting into real estate. This is my point. This is my leaving. This is when we bought the barbershop. This is right before I went to North Carolina and bought all my houses and the nightclub and the clothing store and all that. Those stories coming soon. So I'm leaving the game now. I'm preparing to leave the game. Okay. And at this point, I'm not quite a millionaire yet, but I'm almost there. I'm probably like about 700,000 in liquid, like in assets, and you know what I mean? Because I own my trucks. I own the $1,000 trucks. I own it, right? So you know what I mean? And so the equity in my big house and plus the money that I got. So I mean, you know what I mean? So I'm on my way to being a millionaire at this point, right? So bang. So I'm saying to myself, all right, I'm gonna get her the ML. So then, so one day I realized, let me go find her an ML. So I went out to Queens and I found the ML on the lot, and it was white. So it was white ML, and it was white, and it had like gray, white and the gray bumpers and the gray, and it was like, it had the peanut butter interior, right? That peanut butter color interior, beautiful ML, right? Sunroof, all that, beautiful Benz. So I was like, ooh, that's crispy. So I already, I hook up everything. So I'm already looking like yeah, that's crispy. I can hook that up. So I go and I cop it. I cop it for her. Now, what I would usually do is I would usually just buy all of my cars or trucks outright. Like, so my Escalade, I'm gonna show y'all a picture of that. I went and paid $65,000, just bought it off the lot, off my debit card. I'm gonna tell that story another time. That was actually me and a Hawaiian girl went. She was with me when we went to buy that one. That's that Hawaiian story I just told. That's when she was living with me in New York, and I was getting out of my Navigator. I'm gonna show y'all that too, another story. And I was buying that Escalade. This was 2000, and that was when I bought that Escalade. Oh, so now I know the year. That was 2000 and I think something like that, 2000 or something around there, something whatever. So anyway, so I usually just buy my cars or trucks with cash, just go right in. And if it's 30,000 here, 30,000, give me that. But what I was doing when I was buying her the ML, I was going to put it in her name. So I said, it would be smarter for me to just give them, they wanted 27,000 for it. I was like, it'd be smarter for me to just give them 10,000 or 15,000 and finance the rest, right? Just so she can build her credit up more. Cause I was building her credit. See, Unc was smart cause I'm preparing to leave the game. All right. Unc was always intelligent. That was Rashawn then. So I'm like, okay, because I wanted to be able to do commercial real estate and I need to build up her credit enough to do to get these properties and stuff, right? So I was, and the reason why I'm telling you that, because that's going to be another story that what happened with me financing it because I wasn't used to it and I forgot that I financed it. That's a whole hilarious thing. So I forgot I financed it and they came and repoed my car. I forgot. Because I'm used to buying my stuff, right? I forgot a thing of a payment. They were trying to send the payment. We supposed to be making the payments, and I forgot. And it was repo man, but I'm going to say that for another story because that was hilarious what happened, right? Because the repo man almost got clapped coming into my driveway. I don't know who you was. You come in my driveway, he almost got shot. Facts. So anyway, I'll say that for another story. But that's why it's relevant that I actually put down and financed the rest so that to help build the credit. So anyway, that's why I put that part. So bang. So I go cop the truck, right? 27,000. I think I gave him 10 or 12, 15,000, something like that, whatever. So I cop the truck, right? So I bring the truck home, right? So I bring the truck home. I go and I get the big red bow, right? Like the TV thing. So I put a big red bow on the truck, right? So I come home, right? And I bring the truck home. So I go in the house. So, you know what I mean? She in there. So I'm like, yo, I want you to go put something on. I want you to come outside. So she's like, what? So I got something. I want to show you something. She has no idea. So I go get her. She come outside, right? She come outside and right in front of the house, there's a Mercedes, a white Mercedes with a big bow. So I parked it right in front of the house. So in front of the house got this way and we had a long driveway. We had a long driveway to go into the backyard where I could stack like 7 cars in my driveway, right? But I parked in front of the house. So when she opened the door, she just see a white Mercedes with a big red bow on the hood. So she opened the door and she's like, oh my God, she screamed, you know what I mean? She's like, oh my God, is that mine? Please tell me that's mine. I'm like, that's yours. And she ran and she's like, oh my God, she was so happy, right? So she like, oh my God, she come running back and hugging me and kissing me and hugging me. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Like she's so happy. And that made me feel good because I feel good doing good things for others. I was always a good person in my heart, right? So it made me feel good. You know what I mean? She's a good woman. She working hard. You know what I mean? And so mother, my children, you know what I mean? So we doing this thing together and she a ride or die too. You know what I mean? We riding out. You know what I mean? So I got some stories when we was going uptown. That stories in my book with the Colombians. We was going uptown getting keys. You know what I mean? Me and her riding out with the kids. Facts with TNT. I got those stories coming. So she a ride or die. We've been through everything. And she'll bust a gun. I got the story coming too about the famous incident at Green Acres movie theater. The one where, what's his name? E Moneybags, the one who shot at Supreme from Supreme Team. So E Moneybags set that off at the movie theater. I was there. And then I got a story about that and a story coming and she was there and another story so I got some stories coming with her. So she'll ride or die, right? So this ain't I'm not buying something. I'm not buying a Benz just for no tricking from no chick. Nah, this wifey, you feel me what I'm saying? And we've been through it all, right? We've been through hell and high water. All right. So she, she's happy. Oh, thank you. Right. So, Okay, so the BMW launched the X in late 19, so it's 2000. There you go. So this year was 2001 then. So the night, so it's still new. So I guess it was the new one. So, Zayana said BMW launched the first X5 in late 19. So that's late. That means 2000. And this was 2001. There you go. So that now I got the year of the house. So it was still fresh. It was still, brand new thing off the lot. You need to wait at least 2 years for the depreciation to drop. 3 is the best. All right. That's a little note for all y'all out there. All right. So I still do that now. I'll never buy a brand new car. I wait couple of years and get it. All right, now, so she's happy, right? Oh, I'm so happy, right? Or whatever. So bang, I come in, I tell her, I pull it into the driveway now, whatever, take the bow off and everything. Good night, right? So so I hustled. This is when I still hustled. I always was a night owl. I still hustle at nighttime. So I still go out overnight. So I still did from 12 a.m., 11 p.m., 12 a.m. to 6 in the morning. That was still my schedule, even though I was just hustling through the phone. But everything, people get high at night. So people who get high, they getting high all night long. They and even though I had executive customers, they still got high overnight and then try to go to work. And I don't know how they do it, but you know how drugs is. Drugs is horrible. Do not do drugs, people. All right. So she all happy. The car's there and everything. So I go out later on, whatever. I go out. I go hustle. I get home in the morning. I always come home 6 o'clock in the morning. And when I come home in the morning, she's getting ready to go to work in the morning, right? So when I come home from hustling, I come in, she's up. She usually make me peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. She used to always, we had this routine. She would make me 5. I know y'all like 5. Yeah, 5 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So I was every day. She make me 5 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and then and I would roll a blunt. This is what we did. This was our quality time every day. Don't do no drugs, guys. I'm just telling you, this is what I used to do. So every day, like clockwork, I would come home. I would go wash up. She would come out. She would make the peanut butter and jelly. I would sit in the living room. I would roll us a blunt. And with the big screen, we had the big TV. This before flat screens, the big stand-up joint. Them things is big, right? With big TV. And we would sit there and smoke a blunt together and watch a movie before she go to work every day. That was the only really quality time besides us going out on weekends. But we did that every day. Okay, so now I come home. It's nothing new. She does that. She sit down before work. We smoking the L. We watching a movie, right? And we have close all the windows so it'll be dark in the house. She's excited because she can't believe she about to go outside and get into a brand new white Mercedes truck, right? So because before that, I don't know, she's driving one of my race cars. You know what I mean? She's driving one of my race cars, but she didn't have her own car. You know what I mean? Because I always had 2 and 3 cars. Always kept more than 2 cars at all times. So I think it was a little Mitsubishi Eclipse with the spider wing and the kit on it that I had, because I always kept a race car too, and truck and a car. So she's excited, right? So as we smoking and watch this thing, she was like, I was like, look at you. You can't wait to get out. She's like, I've never been so excited to go to work a day in my life. I was like, it's all good. She was just thank you. She's so happy, right? So she can't wait. I'm like, you know what? Just go. Because I can see her. She can't even watch the movie. You know what I mean? She can't enjoy the blunt. She just steady. I'm like, you ain't even smoking. I said, you know what? Yeah, just go. Yeah, go. Get your pocketbook. Just go. She's like, thank you. I'm like, you just want to go enjoy yourself. Just go. Just drive around before you go to work. Just enjoy yourself. All right, now listen. So she's like, okay, right? So I put the blunt out and I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed, right? So I put the blunt out. She goes, get stuff to ready. I go in the room. So she come back in the room. She's like, all right, bye. She come give me a kiss. I'm like, all right, I'll see you later, right? So I'm like, enjoy the car, enjoy the truck. So I go to sleep. I swear, I go to sleep. All of a sudden I just hear, boom, right? And I'm like, so I jump up. So I'm like, because usually nothing go. I'm in a real quiet, rich neighborhood. Don't nothing go on upper middle class. So I'm ready to grab my ratchet, right? So then I'm like, is that you? And she's like, ah. And I'm like, yo. And I jump up and she come in the bedroom, boom. And she's crying like crazy. So I'm like, yo, what's wrong? So I'm sorry. I'm like, dude, what happened? What happened? Right? So she's like, I'm sorry. So I have to, this is a little TMI, but I gotta let you know because it's relevant to the story. I'm naked because I sleep naked. From my other exes, they got me sleeping naked, so to the point where I can't sleep no other way, right? I never used to do that, but one of my exes got me doing it. Now I can't wear clothes in the bed anymore. So I'm naked, right? So I'm like, yo, so I went to go try to grab clothes. She's like, I'm so sorry. So I'm like, what? She's like, I'm sorry. I crashed it. I'm like, you crashed what? I crashed the car. The car? I crashed the Mercedes. I'm like, hold up, the new? Like, I'm like, how did you crash it? You couldn't have went nowhere. Like, it literally, she just walked out the door. Like, I went to sleep, she was like, what I did, I got in the truck, and there was a garbage truck on, so our street, it's a wide street, and it got a median with grass. Like, it's beautiful. So it's like beautiful neighborhood. So the houses are set back. They're beautiful houses, right? So because it's two sides, this way and that way, with the median in the middle, it's kind of skinny. So she said she went out and the garbage truck was on the street, like picking up the garbage. So she said, I got in the truck and I pulled off. And when I went to try to go past the garbage truck, but I wasn't used to driving the truck. I'm sorry, Rashad. I'm sorry. I'm like, she kept saying, so I said, just tell me what happened. She said, I went to drive past the truck and I guess I judged it wrong. And I started to drive past and it clipped the side of the garbage truck. And when it hit it, it made me push my foot down on the gas when it hit it. And so it just pushed it and she started crying. So it pushed her foot in the gas and it squirt and it ripped the whole side of the truck. And I'm like, I mean, she never even got to drive it from our house. The garbage truck, she ain't got 2 feet from our house and she already crashed the truck, right? So I'm like, it's okay. So I'm sorry. Saying, it's okay. Stop crying. So I'm putting on my clothes. I'm like, let me go see. So I go outside, I open the door and I'm like, so she ripped, so it had like this gray, and I'm about to show y'all a receipt. So it had this gray thing over the wheel well, the flares, right? And then it had the black step up thing to step up into the truck, and then the gray. So it had kind of like the wide body kit a little bit on it, right? Not just the fat one. I bought a lace one, right? And then the gray bumpers and stuff. So the whole gray thing over the wheel well was cracked and scratched, and then the whole side, the molding thing, gray molding, was ripped off, and then the metal on the black running board, that metal was ripped and shredded, and I'm like, dag, the back, I was like, dag, dude. I'm like, she's like, I'm so sorry. I said, it's okay, just stop crying. Just take the Eclipse, take the little race car. It was the Eclipse. Take the Eclipse. Just go to work. Like, okay, I'm so sorry. I said, it's fine. Just, I said, go out. Let's go. Move the Eclipse out and let me pull the ML in the driveway. You know what I mean? So just go out so you can go to work, so you're not late. So we do that. She moved the Eclipse out and I pulled the ML into the driveway because I got to go to sleep. I got to go sleep so I can get up tonight and hustle, right? So then she pull it in, she goes, she said, I'm so sorry. She gets a little Eclipse and she heads to work, right? So I go out on the side of the car and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh my goodness, this girl just ripped up a brand new Mercedes, right? I'm like, that's insane, right? So let me do this. Let me show y'all. So this one right here, this shows, so now you can see this is the white Mercedes, the gray. This was the gray flare thing. So you can't really see it, but it's scratched and dented, right? So that's a part. And then this one here, you can see a little bit of the accident. So this is a little bit of it. So this whole thing is taken off and you see the wheels messed up, and this is messed up, but you can't really see it's dented and scratched in. And then the front part, it's like messed up. And this down here, you can't really see it. It's all messed up, right? So this is the ML, the gray, you know what I mean? This was the one back then. This is when I first bought it, when she first had it, right? So this is what it looked when she crashed it. Now, the reason that's going to have relevance in a second. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I looked at the car, I was like, all right, it's all right. So I'm like, whatever. So I told her, so she came home from work. So I told her, you know, she was still upset. I said, it's okay, mama, it's okay. It was your first time. I understand you're not used to driving a truck. You know what I mean? So you gotta pay attention. It's not like a car, it's wider. So you have to pay attention. So she's like, okay. I said, I'm gonna fix it for you. So now in my head, guys, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fix it. Now let me show you again. So in my head, I'm like, this is ugly anyway, because I don't like the gray and all that. So what I'm thinking, when I was going to hook up eventually. So I'm like, I'm about to dip the whole car white. I'm about to throw some rims on it. You heard? So this is me. That's what I do. So I'm like, I'm about to lace this joint. So I'm about to dip the whole truck white. I'm about to throw some rims on it. I'm about to rock the interior, and I gotta throw my bump in I gotta throw a system in, right? So I'm about to lace it. So I'm about to surprise her. Okay, now this is the story. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm about to give her a bigger surprise. When I fix it, when I bring it back, it's going to be 1,000 times better than when I even bought it to her brand new, right? I'm like, so I'm about to surprise her, a bigger surprise. Now, she didn't crash the car. This is how good I was. I'm about to even hook it up more for a big surprise, right? So now I take it to my man, this dude named Al. He was on Hempstead Turnpike. This is Strong Island, right? Al I think he was Haitian or Jamaican, and he had a spot on Hempstead Turnpike. I think it was Ultimate Auto Sports. This is back in 2001 something. So anybody that's legendary that had cars that you hook up. So I took it to Al, right? Because I know Al lace everything. So I took it to Al. And Al already knew that I bought the Mercedes because the dealership that I bought it from was up the street from his shop. So because I'm usually not up in the daytime. So only time I'm up in the daytime, if I have to drop my car, there's something to hook up. So because when I bought the Mercedes, I was up so early, I stopped by Al's shop because it was right up the street. So for me to drive back down Hempstead Turnpike to go to Uniondale to go home. So I stopped at Al and I was like, yo, Al, I just copped this new ML Mercedes. He's like, he's like, you gonna bring it to hook it up? I said, yeah, eventually, you know I'm gonna hook it up, Al. Yeah, I said, I bought it for my wifey. I said, but I'm gonna hook it up. He's like, yo, I know I can hook you. I know that. I'm like, I got you, Al. Al money hungry. Al wanted money, right? But he's a good person though. He's a good dude. So Al already saw it. So I'm like, all right, I'm about to take it to Al. So I hit Al up. I'm like, oh, Al, I got my truck coming. I said, it's crashed up. I said, I need you to get me a body, man. And I said, I'm gonna lace it. So I said, I'm coming today. He like, what? Which truck? He thought, I think I had my Navigator. He's like, the Nav? I'm like, nah. He said, the Mercedes? I'm like, yeah. He said, but you just bought it. I said, I know. She crashed it the same day I gave it to her. He's like, oh, women, right? So I go to see Al, right? Now, in order for me to do this, I can't go to sleep, guys, because I hustle at night, so I sleep in the day. So I'm doing all of this is relevant. I'm doing all of this for her. So I don't go to sleep and I go see Al, right? So I go see Al, I pull a car and he like, dang, dude. So he see the side. So he like, all right, I'm gonna get my bodyguard, my body man to fix it and everything. So I'm like, all right, this is what I want, Al. I said, get your body man to fix it, but dip the whole car white. I said, dip the car white. I said, go pull out your rim book. I'm about to find the rim to put on it. And I said, dip the car white and leave the mirror, leave the mirror black. Because usually you dip the car white, you dip the whole thing. Leave the mirror black on the outside, the mirrors, because I wanted to match the black for the step up thing, right? And then the black that's gonna be shiny from the rims, from when you armor roll, when you shine the tires, right? So I'm like, just only leave that black, but dip and leave the grill, the black part of the Mercedes, leave that black. So that's it. But everything else I want white. So he's like, all right. So I was like, all right. And I went to the interior. I said, I want to lace the whole interior. Give me a full wood grain kit. Just give me the complete wood grain interior kit. And then I said, now for the system, I said, give me 215s. I want 215s in the back, right? In the hatchback. And I'll use, now this is before, guys, this is before all the trucks and cars came with flat screens. Now everyone got a touch screen in their car, right? This is before that. So there was no touch screens. So I got this Clarion. Clarion was one of the first ones back then to have the radios. It was a radio that'll pull in, but if you push a button, it comes out zzz, and lifts up and a screen comes up. And it wasn't touchscreen, but it had all of the graphics and stuff, right? I think that radio cost me about $4,000, right? So I was like, yo, you know the new Clarion? Can you get me that? He's like, I got to order, but I can get it. I'm like, get me the Clarion, the pull-out screen, give me all the wood grain, give me the 15s in the back, and give me, and I'm gonna pick out these 22s. So now the rims that I'm picking out, I always used to like deep dish, and then I like studs, the chrome studs. I like a good 5-star with chrome studs with a deep dish. I like a big deep dish, like at least a 5-inch dish. Like that was just my thing, right? So I'm like, so I went in, I picked out the right rim, right? So bang, now. So I go and I get it done, right? So this is a crazy part. So I get it done. So I told him, hit me up when you finish. So about a week and a half later, I get a call. He hit me up. He's like, yo. So he called me and the phone wakes me up. It's earlier than I would go out to hustle. So he's like, yo, so he get on the phone, he going crazy. Yo, this thing is hot. Yo, I'm like, ow, chill out. Yo, this is hot, so you gotta come see it. So I'm like, what? He said, nah, and plus I need you to, the dude finished the body shop, so I need you to come to pay the body due. Come pay off the body due. He's like, yo, I still got your interior coming. He said, but you need to come see this, pay the body due. So I go to pay the body due. I pull up into the spot and I'm like, ooh, this thing is crispy, milky white. All right, now it had that ugly gray. Now look, it looked like this, right? It had this ugly gray stuff on it. This is the other one, right? But then I laced it like this, and I had better pictures than this. It was the milky. So when I pulled up, the rims was on it. It was already looking like this. He was just waiting to finish the interior and the system and all that for the Clarion and all that to come through. So when I pulled up, I was like, ooh, I could just see it because he parked it right in front of his thing, like on display. And it was so bright and pretty white, very fresh, because he painted the whole thing because it was in an accident. So it's all fresh, brand new paint, everything. So I pull up, I'm like, ooh, that ML is looking crispy, right? So I'm like, yo, that thing looking crazy. So then, guys, I'm gonna show you now so I can continue with the story. So then this was the interior. So I made him put this is the peanut butter interior. I made him put all the wood grain all the way in it. And this is the Clarion flip face. This before no radios had that. And so this would go inside it in. So it looked like a regular DIN radio. When you press the button, this come out zzz, and come up. And then I had the 215s knocking. So it had the peanut butter interior with all the wood grain all over the doors and everything, and the Clarion. And then it was all dipped in all white, right? And then only the black to match the black in the door handle. I told him to leave the door handles black, that black, the front black grille to go with the black. This was a black step bar, and this is the wide body thing, and then the black on the rims. Woo! And then I put the black tint windows, the black across here, the sunroof. What? The ML was looking crispy, guys. It was looking crazy from this to this, right? So now, this is the relevance of the story. All right, so Now, the ML's crispy, right? So I know what it looked like. So I know she's going to be happy when she see this. Because she was happy with that gray and black thing. When she realized she get to drive out to work in this white ML with the chrome shining, those is 22s. This one 22s was big. This year, the 24s was the biggest rims made. There were no 26s, no 30s, no 28s. 24s was the biggest rims at this time. So 22s was just right under, right? So 22s, I had the chrome 22s. All right, so now I already know that she's going to be surprised. Okay, so now he told me, he said, the car, everything will be here. I'll probably be hitting you Saturday morning to come pick it up. The full interior, the full system, the Clarion, all that, it'll be done next Saturday. So in my mind, I know that next Saturday, I'm not going to get no sleep because he's going to interrupt my sleep to wake me up so I can go pick up her car and bring it home. Right? And I'm not telling anything because I'm going to surprise her, right? It's a surprise. Okay, here we go. So now I've always said this to her and all my other exes. Because of my life, I've had spiritual things happen against me that can't really be explained. Okay? So I'm used to it. Right? So anytime I'm dating someone, I always tell them we have to have a level of trust and communication that anything that happens, you need to come ask me. Okay. This is very important. Please ask me. Always ask me anything. Okay. So my thing was anytime you have that's what they say, communication is the key to every good relationship, guys. That's the truth. Communicate. Always ask. Don't ever assume. Just ask. I always tell her that. Everyone, just ask me. It can always be explained. Now, Saturday morning, I come home. It's because it's Saturday morning. Now she don't got to go to work, but she would still always get up. We do our same routine. I come home. She gets up, she goes in there, she makes my sandwiches. I roll my blunt, I wash up, I roll our blunt, we sit down, we watch a movie. We smoke our weed, we watch the movie. Don't smoke weed, I'm just saying this is what we did, past tense. So we finish. So now we go to bed. I'm remembering Al is gonna hit my phone. So I'm trying to go to bed early because I want to get enough sleep. So when he hit my phone, I'm figuring he's going to hit my phone probably 11 in the morning because he's early morning. He got to shop, eat early, 12 in the afternoon, 11 in the morning. So I leave my ringer up, right, purposely. So we lay down, we go to sleep. Now, I'm laying down, the phone rings. I reach over, cell phone, I grab the phone. So I'm like, hello? Yo, it's finished. It's dope. It's finished. It's dope. I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, everything's set up. Everything come. I just need my money. Come pay me, right? He's like, come get this thing. This thing is fire. If you don't come get it, I'm about to be driving it through Queens because I was living in Queens. He's like, I'm about to be driving it through Queens. I'm like, all right. He's like, yo, this thing is fire. He's like, yo, you picked everything right. This thing is beautiful. I'm like, all right, that's what's up, right? So then I hang up. And when I hang up, I could just feel energy, right? So I hang up and I'm like, and I look and she is like this. Who the F was that? So I'm like, whoa. So I'm like, yo, chill out. No, don't chill out nothing. Who the F was that? And I'm like, so now I'm thinking, I'm like, I can't tell her, that's the car, dude. I'm going to pick up your car because I'm trying to surprise her, right? Like I'm doing a good thing, guys. Now, let me explain something to you. The truck cost me $27,000. I think I gave them $15,000 or $10,000 cash, right? So I just spent $10,000 or $15,000 cash. Do y'all know it cost me $7,000? To hook it up, to pay for the body dude, to pay for the system, to pay for the rims, to pay for the paint job. It cost me $7,000 on top of the $10,000. Let's say if I spent 10. So I'm $17,000 I just spent in cash on doing this for a gift to you. Okay. So again, I'm like, okay, I can't tell her that was Al, your car's ready. I'm going to pick it up because I want to surprise her like I did when I bought her the car. So I'm like, yo. She's like, nah, don't yo nothing. Whoa, what itch is that? Sorry, guys, I try not to curse. I'm a man of the Most High. What itch is that? And I'm like, yo, that wasn't no girl. Nah, you mother effer. What itch is that? And I'm like, yo, chill out, dude. No, it wasn't. And then she just jumped up. She said, oh, you mother effer. And she jumped up and just took off. And I'm like, she tripping. And so then I'm like, all right, you know what? So I start to sit up and I get up out the bed. So I go to reach because I'm naked. Like, I sleep naked. So I go to reach down to grab my underwear off the floor. And I hear her say, mother, you want to cheat on me? And I turn around and this crazy ass girl got a knife this big. She went and got the biggest kitchen knife in the thing. And I turn around, I'm like, and she's coming, mother. And all I see is like demon in her eyes. Like it's the spirit that I saw later and before that would come over my women when they get like possessed. You know what I mean? That's why I told you at the beginning, be very careful of your wife and who you date and be very careful of the spiritual thing that take them over. So I see like her eyes are gone. Like they're gone. So I see and I'm like, and she's just, you want to cheat on me? And I'm like, so I'm looking down at my underwear and I'm like, I don't got time to grab them. So I turn and now I'm butt naked. So I go and I'm like, so now she's coming, right? Oh, I didn't want to say her name. Sorry, I didn't want to say her name. It's live. I was about to say I'm going to have to edit this out. I'm sorry, Mama. I did not want to say your name. I wasn't going to say, I'm sorry, God. Well, those who know her, she was gangster. All right. I didn't want to say her name. And I'm sitting up there like I can edit it out and I'm live. That's the problem with going live. All right. That's how you know we live and in effect. Uncle Yahshua, 25 to Life live stream show. We live and in effect. So she come and she like, so I know she could fight, right? So this ain't no punk girl who can just do anything, right? So I'm like, I know she got skills. So I'm like, okay, I got to time this because I know she's gonna try. So I'm like, I'm like this and I'm realizing I'm naked, right? So that's a whole nother issue, right? Because I'm like, okay, it's like you don't got no shoe. You feel like somebody coming at you with a knife and you naked. It's just a whole different feeling, guys. Most people don't got to experience this, but I did. So I'm feeling like so vulnerable. Like anything you hit, like you can do. I'm just like, oh my goodness, this don't feel right. Like I need some jeans or some clothes or something. So she coming, right? So I'm like, I'm trying to time it. And then she go, I go like this, like I'm a hitter, right? I go, and then she flinched, and then I grab her arm, right? So I grab her arm, and she's like, and she's going crazy, right? So that demon or whatever, it got her. She's like spazzing. You wanna cheat on me? And I'm like, dude, calm down. So I'm grabbing her arm and everything. So I'm trying to trying to squeeze her arm because I want to get the knife out of it. So as I'm trying to focus, trying to squeeze the arm, she goes. And I could see, I look and she about to kick me and I'm naked. No. She about to kick me in my roar. I'm naked. I'm like, so I hear her say, and I look and she go, and I like, so I got a decision to make. Do I focus on this knife more or do I focus on here? Hey, God, from the sound of my voice, I'm quite sure y'all know what decision that one is, right? So I still hold her arm, but I have to worry about catching her leg, right? And I like go and she tried to kick. So I'm like, but I don't want to let go, but I kind of got to. So I loosen up and I go and she tried to kick and I turn her side and I grab and it kicks me right here. Boom, she catch me right on the side. I'm like, oh, I'm about to say, oh, praise Yah, praise the Most High. But so it hits and I'm like, boom. And so I grab her and I'm like, yo, stop. And then when I do that, she focused, she realized like he's focused here. So she goes back for the knife and she goes and when she goes, she tries to stab and it, boom, and it goes in, but I have a bracelet on. I have a gold bracelet. So it goes and it digs into my wrist, but it snatches on the bracelet. And I'm like, and when it dug into my wrist, I'm like, and I could feel it. She's trying to stab through my dog on the wrist and it hooked. So I tried to pull and it hooked on the bracelet and the bracelet was thick. It was a Cuban. Thick one that had a chain to match. And so it hooked onto the bracelet. So I pulled back and it scratched up on the back of my hand. And I'm like, and I'm like, and then she tried to kick again. And I'm like, go. So now I'm like, okay. I'm like, I got a decision to make. I got to stop this. I don't believe in hitting women, but I also don't believe in getting yourself killed. All right. So I'm like, I got to shut this down because she's strong. She's a fighter. And if I slip and make one wrong mistake, she's either going to stab me or she's trying to go for my thing. And I'm like, first of all, I'm your man. We got kids. Why are you are you kidding me? But again, the possession. So when it hooks, the knife hook on my bracelet, it's kind of stuck and it's cutting into my thing. So I'm like, you know what? And as she kicked, I blocked the kick and I just said, forget it. And I just took my wrist, I grabbed her wrist and I hit and I just banged her. With this. I had no choice. I had to stop her. I just bang, like this part right on the side. Like I just hit from here, like the side, just to not punch. I just bang. And when I did it, she fought. And then I was able to take the knife and go around her and grab her into a full Nelson. And I'm like, stop. And she's trying to get on me. And she's all hysterical. I'm like, stop. And she's like, and then all of a sudden I can hear my babies. I can hear Star, my little girl. They were little, Star and my son Rashawn. They were little. I think they were like 7 or 8 or 9 or something. They were little, something like that. And I hear Star like, stop. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Star. And I can hear her trying to come out and say, Star, don't open the door because I'm naked. I'm like, don't open the door. No, she's like, Daddy. I'm like, don't open the door, baby. Please don't open the door. I'm naked. I don't want her to see me naked. I don't want you guys, when you're little, you don't forget. Like you can never erase that visual. So I don't want my baby girl to see me, naked like that. I don't want, so I'm like, baby girl, please don't open the door. It's okay. I'm like, I got her. Cause her mom's been spazzed out before, right? Oh crap, I done said who this is and everything. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. See, that's the difference when y'all know with our channel that everything is live. That's how you know. I didn't tell who it was. I'm so sorry. And I can't even take it back. We live. All right, I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't want to say who it was. And it's just the realness of the story. All right, it's just our life, guys. I mean, they can't. We were all crazy. We all did crazy stuff, right? So this just is what it was. And I know my baby Star, she remember this story and all that. And it was a possession because my baby mom, she was a good woman. You know what I mean? It was a possession over her that had her doing these crazy things, trying to kill me and stuff like that. So anyway, so I'm like, so I got her in the full Nelson, right? But she won't stop, right? So I don't want to hurt her. So I'm putting just enough pressure, like put the knife, like drop the knife. And she's like, no. And she still, I'm like, drop it. And I got to keep squeezing. You know what I mean? I'm trying to I'm going to keep squeezing like an anaconda, like a snake, like a constrictor till you drop the knife, right? So I'm like, you got to drop it. And and I'm going like this. right? Because she's trying to stab with one hand, the other hand is going like this, trying to grab. I'm like, this girl. I'm like, stop, dude, stop. And all in my mind, I'm like, all of this is happening, guys, because I'm buying her a brand new Mercedes, and I hooked it up and she crashed it. And the guy is calling me to tell me it's time to come get her new car. And she's doing all of this to me. This is going through my head. I'm like, this is my reality. This is my life. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm doing you're trying to literally harm me. Like, you trying to grab my genitals. You're trying to stab me. And if you would just chill out, I would be bringing you the most beautiful Mercedes, one of the hottest Mercedes in Hempstead right now at this time, that's going to be coming out in the street. Now, shalom, Mike Mill. Shalom, King. So I'm like, so now I'm putting a little more pressure, right? I'm like trying to get the pressure up. Just stop with the trying to grab my genitals, and she's scratching and, I'm like, so then finally I put enough, and the knife, she let the knife go. And because she's getting tired, because she's like she's gonna hyperventilate. Like, it's like a possession. So she's just, and it's not even that serious. Nothing happened. I'm like, dude, it's crazy, right? So and then I'm like, dude, you're gonna pass out. Stop. I just keep saying stop. And then I can hear my baby through the door. She's like, mommy, stop, mommy, stop. I'm like, yes, keep telling her to stop. I'm like, you hear, stop, dude, just stop. All thing I'm saying, just please stop. And, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Later I see this is a possession. This is what I was talking about, right? So she drops the knife and she stops. I'm like, okay. So I ease up. I'm like, okay. I'm like, dude, chill out. Like, you trying to stab me? You trying to grab me? Like, dude, that was nobody on the phone. Like, that was like, just I'm going to be able to show you what the phone call was. Just give me time, please. It'll all work out. I always tell you, just ask me. You don't have to. And she was like, get off me. You mother, you go, get off me. So she starts saying, get off me. You going to jail. And I'm like, going to jail? Get off me. I'm calling the cops. Now, guys, we are a drug dealing family, okay? This is past tense. I did my time. I served all my time for it. This was our reality. We are family. Like, we are hustle. My kid's innocent. She go to work, but this is our reality. You understand? We living in this $500,000 house from our hustle. You got this brand new Mercedes and these fur coats and these diamonds and all of this stuff from the hustling. She like, you going to jail. I'm calling the cops. And I'm like, what do you mean calling the cops? You got keys. I know you got keys. At that point, I had a key and a half left in the closet. And I had but the money is stashed throughout the house. So probably in cash, probably like 60, 70,000, but it's stashed throughout the house. But I have a 357 long and a 9mm in the house. But I know I got a key and a half, and it's in the closet in our room in this big thing of rice, in a big bag full of rice bags to keep it cool, right? So I know how much I got left, and I'm like, if I get caught with that, I'm going for life, okay? Now, I done did my time. I'm not telling anybody to do no crime or nothing. This is just a story of the life that I did the time for that stuff, okay? So this ain't something I'm telling anybody to do. This is just my life that was presented to me, and it was just all of this is bad. It's nothing good, nothing to be glorified. I'm just telling true stories, facts. So I know in my head how much I got left, and I'm like, but I'm like, you tripping over nothing, right? So She's like, get off me. You going to jail, mother effer. You going to jail. Watch, you going to jail. I know you got keys in there. I know you got a gun in there. You going to jail. And I'm like, but this is our stuff. Like, so then I'm like, just calm down. Just calm down. Just calm. All right, I'm calm. I'm calm. So it's taking a while, right? So we still sitting there. So now we on the floor and I'm holding her just lightly, right? I'm holding her trying to make her, just calm down. Just calm down. So she calm. So I'm like, okay, all right. So we're going to get up, okay? We're going to get up. God, just get off me. Just get off me. Just get off me. You getting out of my house. You getting out I'm like, your house? That's right, it's my house because it's in my name. Now, guys, that was the first time, well, I can't believe I'm telling our story. I'm sorry. It's our story. It's just reality, guys. We've been together since high school. We've been through a lot. We've been through different apartments in Queens. We lived in Bed-Stuy together. We lived in South Road in South Jamaica, Queens. We lived in St. Albans. We lived in Cambria Heights. We lived in Hempstead on Washington. We lived in so many different, we've been up and down. We've been through everything. She know I don't have family. I didn't have anything. And she know everything was in her name so that if anything ever happened to me, she'll be well taken care of. She told me, that's right. You're going to get out of my house. Now, I bought this house. I paid $25,000 cash to pay for the mortgage from the credit union that I built her up. I built her credit. I built up the credit union and slowly deposited money. This is back then, sorry. We lost everything, so no officials could come after anything. Everything was ticking when I did my time. They got everything. Everything was confiscated. So I have no proceeds ever in my life from that past life. I paid it all back. I'm just telling you, this was the reality, guys. So I built up the credit. I put the money in slowly just so it doesn't alert anything, so that when we went to go buy a house, we'd be able to have the down payment. $25,000 cash, right? So I paid it. The mortgage on the house was $3,700 a month. The electric, so all of my bills at this time, this is the car's insurance included. All of my bills came up to $12,000 a month. That's how much I was paying. She had a little CNA job, probably making, I don't know, whatever a month. That was just her money. That was just money so she could just buy whatever she want. I paid all the bills. $12,000 a month is what I paid every month. It just came out, came out of everything, direct deposit. All right. So she says to me, you getting out of my house. And I said, your house? She said, that's right, mother effer. And she turned and looked me in my eyes and said, this is my house. You put it in my name. You forgot? She said, and these are my cars. Yo, talk about reality. Yo, that thing hurt more than anything. This, honestly, and if she watches this, she don't know this, but mama, that was the beginning of the end. That's when it was over. Because I was scarred, guys, in my soul from being abandoned by my mother and father and being homeless as a teenager. So I was scarred of not having and taking things from me. So anything that I accomplished, I not cherished it to make it an idol, but I was thankful for it because I never had. So these cars that I purchased, this house, nobody in my family ever owned a house, ever. I probably was the first one in my family line to purchase a house from my father's side. I didn't know my mother. I didn't know my mother. I knew my father because my grandmother raised me until she died as a teenager. And then I was homeless on my own. So no one that I knew in my side ever owned a home. And I bought a $500,000 house and my kids got to live they got to live in this beautiful 3-story house, beautiful neighborhood. So I was thankful for that. And it made me feel like I was worth something because I didn't have no family to love me and nobody cared. So I felt worthless, like nobody loved me, like I wasn't worth being loved. That was a scar from when I was homeless as a teenager. I knew girls always loved me, but that's because I smash and, I'm Rashawn. You know what I mean? I'm, from the Nasty Four, from the 98 posse. I'm Rashawn. I'm a legend, right? I'm the God Rashawn. So I knew girls always loved me, but that's not what I was talking about. Love. So the material things filled the gap, a hole, and made me feel like I was worth something because my soul was scarred from when the first time I got homeless and I slept in my car and I felt like nobody in the world loves me. And what did I deserve? I didn't do anything. I just was born. Like I didn't ask to come here. I'm a good person. I take care of everybody. How could no one love me? How could I be like a piece of trash thrown on the side of the road when I'm a good person? I just didn't understand it. And so it hurt my soul. It hurt me. So I had a little trauma in my soul. So that the things that I was allowed to purchase, accomplish, like my cars, I didn't take it for granted. It wasn't a material thing to me. It was like a spiritual thing. It made me feel like I had some worth. It made me feel like I was worth. So when I would get into this new Mercedes that I bought, right, or this new, and the leather and the wood grain and the smell of it, I would feel like I was worth something. That's the only thing I ever had to make me feel like it. And I would drive sometime when I would get really depressed over having nobody love me, no parents, no nothing. I would drive and I would just be like, it's their loss because I'm a good person and I am worth something. And the cars and stuff made me feel like I had worth. That's just a fact. So when she said that, it hurt my soul because she looked me in my eyes and she said, I'm taking everything from you. It's all in my name. The cars, the houses, the house. At this point, we only had that one big house. The cars, the house, I'm taking it all. And that, I looked at her like, and she said, get off me. And I let her go. Because God, my heart was like, I was stuck on stupid. It was like, newsflash, ain't none of it yours. All the blood, sweat, and tears, all the stick-up kids, the police, all the shootouts with the stick-up kids, all the going to pick up and the TNT and the stick-up, all of the life and death that you risked to give them this life, this good life. It was like, F you and F it all. I'm taking it all. And so she got up. I let her up. She got up and she could see that really hurt me. You could feel it. I guess you could probably feel it in the air. And she got up and I just sat there and she got up and she just walked out. And I sat there. And then when she walked out, I looked, and when she opened the door, my baby girl was there. And I looked, I'm like, start going in the room. So she went in the room. And so I got up and I went and got my underwear and I went and got my pants and I put it on. And then I heard, I heard, mother effer, wait till the cops get here. That's when it snapped me back to reality. I heard her say, wait till the cops get here. And I'm like, and I ran out the room and this sick ass girl had got the phone and had started to dial. She got to 911. I heard a boop. boop, grab. I was like, boy, I ran out that room. I'm like, grab the phone, and then she immediately and started hitting on me. I'm like, here we go again. So she immediately and started hitting me, and she hit me, and I'm trying to get the phone out of her hand so she don't accidentally click the last one. Because if you click the last one, they're gonna track that and they coming. You know what I mean? So I'm squeezing her hand, I'm grabbing the phone out, and finally, and she hit me. So she got, because I'm focused on the phone. I don't give a crap. So she got free reign. She just hit me and just banging me on the side of my face and banging me and scratching and doing. I'm like, I don't care. I'm squeezing. I grab that phone out of her hand. And she hit me. I'm like, get off me. I'm like, girl. So I'm like, stop. So then she go run, and she go try to get another knife. I'm like, oh. I'm like, I can't do this no more. I'm like, I can't do this no more. I'm like, dude, stop. And then my daughter ran out, Mommy, stop. Mommy, stop. And so then I'm like, yo, dude, please stop. So I run, and I run into the kitchen, she run, and I'm trying to grab her, and she's trying to grab on knives, and I'm pulling her. I'm like, dude, stop. So then I grab her, and I got to grab her again into full Nelson, and I'm like, would you stop? And she's kicking, and I'm like, dude, stop. And start like, please, Mommy, stop. I'm like, dude, stop, dude. I'm like, stop. So I said, it's your car. It's your car. That was the dude calling me. Your car is fixed. I fixed your Mercedes. I fixed it. I painted it white. I put rims on it. I put a system in it for you. He was calling me to tell me to come pick up your car. And she stopped. I said, he was just telling me the car is ready. I didn't want to tell you because I wanted to surprise you like I did when I bought it for you. And it got quiet. And she said, so you're probably still cheating on me anyway. And I couldn't believe it. That hurt as much as, and I wasn't cheating, but that hurt as much as her telling me she's going to take everything from me. Because it felt like you just did me so wrong. You just hurt me so bad, and you couldn't even just say, I'm sorry. You couldn't even. And she said, so you probably cheating on me anyway. So I looked at my baby girl. I said, sorry, Mama, go in the room. And then my little man, he was crying. So I just went into the room. I went in the room. I went in the bathroom. I'm bleeding on my hand from the cut, on my wrist and my hand from the knife. I went, washed it off, put a Band-Aid on. I'm there, but I'm not there. You know, my mind is like a computer. It's going, it's just computing. It's computing. Okay, I gotta get everything out of this house. I gotta get the key. I gotta figure out a way somewhere. I need another house to put the work at. I gotta build me a identity in the system. I gotta build my name. I have to build a credit. I have to because I gotta get cars. I don't own anything. I got a $500,000 house, 2 trucks and a car, and I own nothing. it was like a really big wake-up call. I'm doing all of this for this woman to build her future, and any misunderstanding, you'd be willing, like, and I told her that before, because after this, we had a discussion. And I said, imagine if I didn't catch you before you dialed the 911 and they came. You are so angry. I know you. You would have told them he got keys in the, I would have been running to, once you dialed the 911, I've been running to try to grab the keys and pull off. And next thing you know, you put have gave him my lights, like, where am I going with the keys? Where am I stash them in? I don't got nobody. Where am I take them to? Like, and I said, your anger and this thing that comes over you, you're the type that you would do this act, and then later you'll be coming to the jail to visit me, talking about, I'm sorry. Literally, I'm sorry. I was angry. But now I got, 50 years in prison? We lost our house, everything, like we lost everything, but you're sorry. Sorry ain't good enough. These things are a possession that come over people. So in that moment, I start to calculate. I need to build a name for myself. I need an identity. I need a credit score. I need income. Like I need to build. I need a car in my name. I need an apartment. And I started that process from then. And I went to Z, the one from the story about the Jamaican Child Posse. And I said, yo, Z, I need to be able to stash my stuff in your house. And I told him the story. He said, yo, you could bring it over, Rob. He said, matter of fact, I got the extra room upstairs. You can have the room. You can have the room. And I'm like, thank you. So I started moving stuff, and that's when I started to build my name, my credit. I went and got a secured credit card, and I started to pay it off and build my credit score, my credit history. And then I started to do my real estate. First properties was in Springfield, Massachusetts. Then I was going to buy properties in Uniondale and Hempstead. And then her cousin from North Carolina told me about properties in Henderson and Warrenton, North Carolina, by Raleigh and Durham, the 252. So I took a ride out to the 252, and I end up buying 13 houses. So you know how guys on these other channels, when they tell their stories and they talk about all the cars that they used to have, right? They had 3, 4, 5 cars, this Benz. Yeah, I did too. I had that. But when they tell you they had 5 cars, I had 13 houses. I bought houses, I bought a nightclub, and a clothing store. You heard? Now, I got receipts. This is the house, hold on, brand. I got y'all 25 to life. This one here was the $600,000 house in New York. I painted it the baby blue. These are 2 big bow windows. Each of these windows open up. I painted it the baby blue, put all the white. It's 3 stories and a basement full. It's a 4-5 bedroom. It's big. It goes far back. That driveway goes all the way back. It got a garage in the backyard. This was that house. Now, let me say this part first. So after I thought about it, and after she calmed down and everything, now I got to go get her car. Okay, let me finish the story. So now I'm getting dressed, and I'm like, now I got to go get this Mercedes. So first thing I do, I call Zar and I tell him I don't trust her. So now I say, Z, I only got a brick and a half, and I want to bring that in the 357. I want to bring that to the house. He said, bring it. So I gathered that up. Now that's dangerous, because now I got to ride. I only like to ride dirty like that when I go to re-up. Other than that, I ain't trying to be riding around with no kilo on, because what if you get pulled over for just a little anything, and you got a stupid cop that just want to you can lose your life just for more. So I don't like that, period. Then now I got to ride with a brick and a half and a 357. You heard? Oh my, and y'all, and Czar live in the hood. Czar live in Parkside. He live in the new buildings, where A+ lived at, right next to the Shacks, where Prodigy from Mobb Deep said, and I from him stayed next to the Shacks on Parkside, the Shacks. So I got to go to the hood where the police at. That's where my arrest happened. So that's even more dangerous. So anyway, I take the stuff, I take it to Czar, I stash it there. Bang. Then I tell him yo, I'm about to go pick up the Benz. Al is done. He yo, it's done. I'm gonna go with you. So I all right. So me and Czar, I'm all right, so cool. Cause I need to be able to drive the truck back anyway, right? So I was gonna hit him up anyway to come help me to drive it back, because I wanted to surprise her. So I was all right. So we jumped in his truck. So we went out and we went to get the truck. So we go to pull up the Al all excited. But guys, I'm depressed. I'm overcast. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. So we pull up, Al's all excited. Yo, this is hot. He bumping the seat. He got the system on, knocking. He got it on display. So I'm yo, how much is it? You know what I mean? He what came up to 7,000 or something or whatever. So we go on, come in the office. He yo, but you don't want to see? You want to show me how the clarion work and the flip face? I'm I don't care. He what's wrong, man, Papa? I'm I'm not okay. I want to pay for it so I can get out of here. He's because I'm usually always happy, right? I'm a real happy person. And he so we go inside. I peel off the 7,000 whatever, gave him this little tip for it. Bang, paid for it. We get in the car, we drive the truck. We go back. We pull at Czar house. I'm talking to him. So I told him the plan. I said, yo, Z, change the plans, King. I said, we about to do this real estate, but it needs to be in our name. Z had a thing, he had child support from it, but he took care. He got custody of the kids, listen to this, of the boys, but his ex has got him for child support. And the kids live with him. See, that's our reality, right? So he keeps going back and forth and paying, and so I'm we're gonna pay off all that for you. I need to build your credit score. We're gonna build my credit score. We need to own our own, Z. No more of this putting it in the girls' names and all that. We don't own nothing. And that started my change. And I implemented it and I started it. So I turned around, I went home. Now I pull the Benz in the driveway. I go in. She's sitting there. Cause it's a Saturday. She don't got to go to work. She's sitting there. I walk in, she watching TV. I just walk past, I walk in the kitchen. My baby girl come in there. You all right, Daddy? I'm I'm all right, Mama, I'm all right. I said, she said, I heard you went and got the car, you fixed it? I said, yeah. I said, it's outside, you can go look, it's really pretty. So she went out and she come back, oh, Mama, you should see that, it's so pretty. It's so pretty, it's all white and the rims are shiny. And then she get up and she go out and she look. And then she come back in. And so I went into the living room and I said, that car ain't yours no more. She looked at me. I said, that's mine. I said, I'm taking it. I said, you do what you want. I said, do whatever you want. I said, because you can't afford the mortgage in this house. You can't afford the bills. You can't afford none of it. I said, you want to be dirty? Then you could take it all because you won't be able to afford none of it. So, and then that's it. I said, that ain't yours no more. You can have the Eclipse. You continue driving. The Eclipse was hooked up. Burgundy rims, race car. She said, I don't care, whatever. I'm like, whatever. So I took the Mercedes. So now I got a pearly white Mercedes to go with my pearly white Navigator at that time. But then right after that, I bought a pearly white Escalade. So I had a pearly white Mercedes to go with my pearly white Escalade. Here they are, right here. This is, where's the one of me? I got one of me. Did I not upload that one? Of course I didn't. I missed one. That's okay. I missed it. But I got this one. I thought I uploaded the other one. All right, so that's my Escalade, and that's the ML when I was going to get the brakes changed. So the rims that I put, these are the rims I put on the white ML when I dipped it all white for her. And I went and got the same twin rims to go on the Escalade. These are 24s, the chrome 5-inch lip with the studs. And I put the Rolls Royce grill on the Escalade. This was when the Escalade was brand new, pearly white. And then I had the little race car, the little Eclipse race car, because I always keep a little race car. That's what I run around in. So then I eventually felt bad because that's how my heart is. And I have a good heart. So eventually, of course, I forgive. We went on. That was wifey. That ain't the only thing happened. So we going on, and I felt bad. So I went and bought her a new car. I know y'all like, you really, dude? You bought her a car? Yeah. I bought her a little red Toyota Celica, and it was beautiful with gold badges. And then I put some 20-inch rims, and I put the Ferrari kit on it. And this was the Celica that I bought her. Right here. And guess what? She ended up crashing the side of the Celica. Look, see this? See the little white right here? And that's a dent right there. She crashed the same side of the Celica. I had the red, I put the kit, I put the 215s with the system in it. This was the picture of the interior. I laced the interior with all the red in it. That was the Celica. That's the interior. I laced the Celica. And I treated her, I did the same thing. I put a red bow. I came home. I said, I got a surprise for you outside. And she came out, seen that pretty red, shiny, like, oh my goodness. And I did that for her. And so I changed my life. I started to build myself because I was trying to stop hustling, because hustling is genocide. So I started to build myself, guys, to come out of the hustling system. I needed to become legit, and I needed to build myself where I can start an LLC. And I started an LLC called Community Uplift Enterprises. And my goal was to build low-income housing for low-income people, for our people, but not just for the natural brands, the so-called Black people, but any low income, because I'm not prejudiced. And I did it. And I started Community Uplift Enterprises, and I bought distressed properties. So I bought 15 homes in North Carolina, in Henderson, North Carolina, the 252, right? And I put low-income families. I started 2 construction companies, and I hired people from the neighborhood, the locals in North Carolina. So I gave jobs, and I had a program where I would take the youth that was out for the summer, and I would teach them how to paint houses, how to do drywalling, how to do construction as like a summer program. I did that on my own, okay? And it was called Community Uplift Enterprises. And these are some of the houses that I bought in Henderson, North Carolina. This was the big one. I'm sorry the pictures are so small, but these are before and after. This with the white and the red at the bottom, this is the same house. You see the light blue? That's the same color I painted my house in New York. See, that's how y'all know this is facts. Ain't nobody painting light blue houses, right? And so this is the walkway. That's the big one. This is another one. That's the front of the big one when we finish with the light blue. That's my biggest house in North Carolina. This is the front door. So we put the big wood front door. We built all of this. This house was like distressed. And we built all this lit up at night. These pillars, we put these pillars and we put grass. So I know it don't look like any grass, but we put new lawn grass. It was beautiful. This is the back of it. This is the before and after. That was the back before, and this is after we finished it. We put all brand new windows. You see these windows? They're brand new. And this house had like 50 windows, all sizes. This one out here, that's Linwood, and that's E. Banger. The story I told in Hawaii, E. Banger was dating Jody, and that's Linwood. He's in North Carolina. I got a story coming to him. This is Henderson. That's the ML behind them. That's our work truck. We working on the houses. Linwood got a tool belt on. This is us working on one of my houses. I painted them all colors. They're called the candy paint. This is us working on one of my houses. I painted them all colors. They're called the candy paint. So my houses was burgundy and gray, black and gray. I had a beige and rust, and mostly the white, blue, and white. And then I had a special one. I painted a house black and red. That was insane. So this is another one. These are receipts, guys. There you go. So this is the house. That's the little red Celica that I bought her. This is in North Carolina. This was the before, and this is after we painted. I painted a house black. And when I finished it, I put a new roof. I had a black door, black and red, the house. They called it the blood house. That's just what they called it, because it was black and red. It was so dope. And the people thought I was crazy, but when I finished it, it was like the prettiest house on the block. So that's E-Banger. You see the thing, we working on the house. We building the interior and all of it. This is what I did, guys. That's another house. So this the house. We started to paint it. We fixing the interior. I'm painting it the blue. This is the finish. Paint all this one, another white, light blue and white. And I had Roger lived in this house. So I was renting it out to low income people in the neighborhood. These are receipts. That's little Debo. He was working. He was on 12 years old and he was out for the summer and he got a paint can on his side. He's smiling. And he teaching him how to paint these houses and how to do drywall. This was my company. This is me giving back for the genocide that I was doing. These are receipts. So I own this whole street. So I own this whole street. So see this house? That's this house, that house, that's another one. So I own this house, the black and red ones across the street, the beige ones right here. I owned another white one back here. I owned the black and gray one over here, another white. So I own the whole street. We call it Lamb Street. This is my rhyme. All my homes on Lamb Street and candy paint. I never roll trips. Lucia demand the bank. All our rhymes we used to talk about.
It's the P-Mob gang. Luciano, it's the P-Mob gang. Come on, everything that you see, I grind hard to get. All the cribs and the cars, all the boards and bricks. Every week, get massage for it. Every lodge for trips. Then I garage for 6. All my cribs on Lamb Street. It candy paint. Never roll trips. Lucy, I demand the bank. If I hit you with that roll, you got your man to thank. And if I hit you in your jaw with my hands, you can't stand up. I got a right hook to put you to sleep. Man up, boy. You gon' be jerking you deep. I grind the city, so they calling me a city star. Kinda pretty, so don't just call me pretty. Right? Yeah. If this ain't Jeezy, no. I'm with a bad model, but she greasy though. Easy though. Before I tear your cracks head out and sell so many DVDs, I'm burning smack your head out. If your girl on your job and your mad ass out. Keep her away, or she might just put your black ass out. Keep her away.
There's a whole lot of ladies in the house acting like they really want our babies in their mouth. Yeah. There's a whole lot of ladies in the house acting like they really want our.
You know, so the rhymes that you're gonna hear, I got these albums coming that the song that I'm about to pull out, Rolling Down 109.
Rolling down 109 in a truck. Pull my ride up to the light, that's what's up. Look to my right and it's a ride rolling up. It's what you telling me tonight, we in the club. He got the 24 road Escalade. He got the Lamborghini doors like they blades. His hammers ring cause that's how he was raised. It's how that's my best tonight, we get
Listen, I'm from the ghetto, the slums, the rats, the roaches, the bums, the metal that stuns, the addicts, the cracks, the crumbs.
I got songs about everything you hear in my songs is real life. So I was the real life one who like really lived it. You know how they say 50 Cent is one of the few who actually really lived it? I was too. So my songs, I'm saying, thank for the Most High, I got receipts. These are the houses. So you know how everybody got cars? I had houses. This is another one. That's us fixing up this one. A gray, see, we doing we building the porch. We put all new windows, we put new roofs, we put new fireplace, we put new floors. And I built a construction company and we did this. This right here, this is the inside of my clothing store. NC Fashions is what I call this one, right? So I bought the New York stuff down there to the New York clothes. This is when Rockaware, Nietzsche, Damani Dada, this is when those days, we was putting the Burberry and the Gucci. I was putting Gucci on Timbs and Burberry and the Air Forces. I bought that to North Carolina. So these the man, because this is when we opened the store. Facts, receipts, guys. Another one, that's another dude working. He's fixing the front door in a neighborhood. He's only 18, putting them to work. Instead of selling drugs, I was putting them to work and teaching them skills. We fixed this house up. These houses were really distressed. I'll show that stuff on another one. That's the ML before and after. So that's the ML again. The one I hooked up for her, I took it from her though. In front of this, the one I painted black and red. This house in front of North Carolina. This before we started working on and hooking it up. There you go. That's the red car. So I own this house, that house. The house is in front of, I own my own street, Lamb Street, Lamd. And then I had other houses on another street. And that's the story of Gus. So Gus is the serial killer in Henderson, North Carolina. Anybody from Henderson? So I'm Louis V and everybody from Gym Pop, because I want North Carolina to come in the building, because I don't know if Gus is still alive or not. Because when I tell that story, I want to see if people from North Carolina could come in the comments and be like, we know Gus, he either still alive or dead. Gus was a serial killer. And I got a crazy story with him. That thing gonna have y'all shook. It's gonna have y'all scared to death. It was so crazy. He was really dark skinned black and his eyes were red like my car. And he was a serial killer. So death was over him. Like he kills, what I call a serial killer, anybody that killed over 5 people, to me, you're a serial killer. That's why I label you. I ain't saying he was like Jeffrey Dahmer type, but he killed more than 5 people. He had more than 10, 15 bodies. And every time he would come home from prison, that whole part of North Carolina would be like, yo, Gus is home. And I got a crazy story. That one's coming. All right, let me see. That's another big house that we had. We painted this whole house. And I think this is the last one. There you go. This is my house in New York. So as you see, that's how you see the houses down south. I painted them just like I painted this one. This is my house, the one that we lived in when this whole story, she tried to stab me. So this room back here, well, no, that's the foyer area. That's right. The room is back there. You can't see it. But anyway, so let me hide that. So guys, let me make sure that was all the receipts I wanted to show y'all. Yeah. Yep. So now that was I didn't mean to tell who was in the story. I did not mean to. It slipped. So I'm sorry. I apologize to my baby moms. I apologize to my baby girl. This is our reality. You know what I mean? Y'all know we lived this. They was there. So it don't, my ex, she was a good girl. She's a good woman. It was just a possession that would come over her. and try to make, I've always had people try to kill me. And I learned later it was a possession that come over them, that they love me and they try to kill me. So it wasn't the only time. You know what I mean? Another time a possession came over her, right? And this is okay. This is the last little piece I'm gonna tell. I was we in this big old house, that beautiful house, right? And I drunk some milk or juice or something, and then started a new life. Now, just the moral of this story, be very careful who you're around. Be very careful of anybody that you date, especially if you have an anointing. A man or woman, look for signs of possession. It usually show up in the eyes. It's something to take over. It's like a blackout that would happen. And it's like they're not present. You have to look for the signs, because these demons want these people to take you out or get you locked up. Unfortunately, I had to tell that reality. It is what it is. That was just a part of my life. The moral of the story, what do you say? Be careful of the circle before they hurt you. Keep your eye on your circle and your loved ones, your family, your friends. Demons will take over your children too. You know those stories where those children end up killing the parents and all that? Watch everybody. Look for the spirits over people. They're called ruachs in our Hebraic tongue. Ruachs, look for the ruachs, the spirit that come over people. Demonic activity, demons are for real, and they possess people. So you have to be very careful. Keep focused and conscious. Keep your spirit, your ruach, keep it clear and clean. Do right by the next person. Don't do no crimes. These stories are not to glorify. These stories are past traumatic events that I conquered to come out of it to be a child of the Most High. I pour into the Most High's children across the four corners of the planet Earth. My ministry is Uncle Yahshua Mashiach Assembly Ministry. Go there. You can learn a lot about our history and about to wake up spiritual warfare, how to fight against these demons. They releasing artificial intelligence, AI. They opening up portals with CERN. Demons are here. They're coming. All right. There's AGI and all of it. It's here. It's coming. They're going to take the jobs and everything. So my channel will build you up and teach you how to build a homestead, how to prepare, how to grow food and all that. You need to prepare. All right. Uncle Yahshua, 25 to Life Tales. Next week, I'm going back to the hood. I got a brat story coming for y'all next week. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this story, true story. Sorry for my babies and my ex. Sorry but that's what I do. My whole life is a story. It's a book. It's transparent. Nobody, not to look down on nobody. There's nothing to look down on. These are things we did in our youth and our mistakes and our transgressions. Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Yaakov, the battle axe warrior, said, ask the Most High Yah for that gift of discernment. Ask the Most High, guys, for that discernment gift. Another one down. Keep it functional. Until next time, love y'all. Love the Most High.
This is 25 to Life with Uncle Yahshua. You wanna know why they call me Lucky Lucha? They call me Lucha cause I like to tuck that Tucci. All the time on the grind, getting that Ducci.
This is a little story on 25 to Life with Uncle Yahshua. Like and subscribe for more incredible stories every week.
Police are on the scene of a triple homicide on Long Island. It happened overnight at a home in Hempstead.
I'm from Hempstead, Parkside, the ghetto, the dog side, strong, the